Jay, now Evander's got his appointment coming up this afternoon, but you know he's coming back soon. Does it feel a bit like last year in terms of getting him in a time of the season with a team in a situation that's kind of similar to where you were January last year?
Well, you know what, in fairness, I didn't come until February 10th last year. So I think Evander played 6 or 7 games by that point. But I think your question is valid, is that with his return on the horizon, you know, and where our team's at, I think it's a positive. Anytime you can add a player of his caliber, I think that's a real positive to any organization. And, you know, what I didn't know about him until I've been around him is what a great teammate he is.
What are the mechanics of what happens here for the rest of the day? Like, is this about Evander and the doctors, or are you involved? Do you have a say? Like, what happens here as you make this decision?
Well, I think, and this is something that we say in our coaching room a lot, is when you have time, you want to use it. So nothing needs to be decided today. We don't play until tomorrow. And the mechanics of things, those go beyond the coaching room. That happens a little bit higher up. But I think the first step in the process is, you know, to get word back from trainers and doctors and that type of thing, and then we'll see what happens.
So even if he's ready to go, you're going to tell us he's a game time decision tomorrow?
I think the term we use is available player.
Yeah. With him coming back, there would be some shuffling that has to happen at a certain point. I think everybody understands the reality of the cap. You sense any of that within the group? Because it might mean some guys have to come and go, and it's a bit of a transition point maybe for some.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's positive. Again, when you return a player of that caliber, it's a huge positive. The side benefit of that is when the team, you know, and the team has performed pretty well here recently. When you return a player of that caliber, it means reshuffling, like you said. It means it becomes very competitive to get into the lineup, even more competitive to stay in the lineup. And it forces the coaching staff and management group to make hard decisions. I think those hard decisions are really good and really healthy. We've been talking about hard decisions here for the last 3 weeks or so. In the end, we're going to try and use our eyes and make the best decisions possible.
Jay, Cunningham finished the game in Anaheim, practiced on Thursday, and then last 2 games. Do you have an update on his status? Is it week to week, day to day?
He's being evaluated. Yeah, he's kind of in that same category. You know, he didn't practice with us today. It didn't feel good on that game day in San Jose there on the Friday in the morning. He went out and skated that morning, but didn't feel at his best. And, you know, as a result, he didn't play that game, and we just got back, right? We got back real late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and he's in the process of being evaluated.
When you came in last year, one of the biggest improvements was you wanted to lower the goals against 5-on-5, and the 38 games, I think you guys were 6th best in the NHL.
Yeah.
You struggled there earlier this year, but since Christmas, you're back to 6th best in the NHL. It's actually at 1.6. What does the team do in the last 10 games, 5-on-5, similar to last year that maybe was missing in the first 35 this year?
Yeah, I think we're preparing to check to win games. Learning how to win games in other ways other than just outscoring mistakes. Putting value and emphasis on those areas. It's not that we don't talk about them, it's that we're executing at a higher level. You know, I think there's a collective understanding that what it takes to win when it counts is a team-wide emphasis on playing the game the right way, a team-wide emphasis on checking for chances, a team-wide emphasis on eliminating freebie goals against. I look at our goals against, it's not where we want it to be, but it's going in the right direction. I think we score enough. I think if you look at the league total goals for by team, I would tell you we score enough. It's the area that we have to get under control, and it's been going in the right direction post-Christmas, but it has to continue to go in that direction.
So was there any tweaking at all in that break, Jay, of, small system exchanges, or just better attention to detail from the players and executing the game?
You want me to give you the secret sauce?
Well, if you, that'd be awesome, but.
No, you know what, I would say, for me, I think you tweak things as you go. That's natural. I think there are small adjustments based on opponents, but I just think our group has dialed it in, and as you use your words, execute at a much higher level.
Fair to say, was there more of an emphasis on the third guy high? It seems that you're not getting.
I would disagree with that narrative. Yeah, I think if you looked at rush chances against that type of stuff, I don't think we give up too much. But have we had a good third guy high in the last 10 games or so? Yeah, we have. Yeah, that's part of it. So, but I don't think we were bleeding in that direction beforehand. I think, as I said, I think we've eliminated some of the large errors that were costing us, one of the side things of playing the game the right way is usually you have the puck a lot more. And when you have the puck a lot more, the other team doesn't have the puck. And if the other team doesn't have the puck, usually it's tougher for them to score.
Jay, Desharnais never played even a preseason game, so that was the first time he put the Oilers jersey for a game. What did you like the most about this game during those three games on the road trip?
Yeah, I think one of the benefits of coaching in Bakersfield, like Dave and I did, is that we had a clear understanding of what people could do at that level, and a clear understanding of exactly what was coming up the pipe in terms of prospects. And, for Big Vincent, his game has gotten better each year he's been in our organization, and he's earned every opportunity along the way. What did I like about his first 3 games is that he played to his character, which is what we saw in the American League for 3 years previous. He's somebody who's big. Obviously, you can't teach his size, but he uses his size in an effective manner. He's got a real long stick. He contests lines. He's very hard on the box out. And I think he plays within himself when it comes to his puck play. He makes a lot of small, little, subtle, poised plays with the puck. He's a good penalty killer. And, he's off to a good start in his first 3 games.
Didn't seem nervous at all for the first game. Did you feel like he was nervous?
No, I think, first of all, he's a very emotional person. And when he learned that he was getting his first call up to the NHL, he was very emotional about it. I called him while he was in Calgary with the American League team, and I called him, and one of the messages I wanted to send him was that his recall was earned, and we weren't just calling him up to, to be good people. We want him to help our team win. We use the term not just make our team, but make our team better. And we felt he had some dimensions to him where he could help us. I think he's not 20 years old or 21 years old. He's a little bit further along. He's comfortable in his own skin. He knows what he is. He knows what his assets are, and he played to his strengths. So I didn't sense any nerves in his first NHL games.
Jay,
Yep.
Man doesn't appreciate role players. Coaches sometimes do more. So can you tell us what you really like about Janmark's game?
Yeah, you know what? First off, for any players out there that think development's always in a straight line, I don't think it always happens that way, or a good season is always in a straight line. I think, he's somebody who came to training camp, probably didn't have the training camp he wanted to have because of certain reasons. He ended up in the getting waived. 31 other teams did not pick him up. He went, despite his playing resume, he went down to Bakersfield. He worked. And when he came back up, he's made good on an opportunity. I feel good when he's on the ice. I think he's an intelligent person, an intelligent player. I think he's found some chemistry with both Nugent Hopkins and Costin. I was joking with him that he seems, I didn't know if he's played for any other NHL teams, because the game he played against Dallas and the games he played against Vegas are pretty darn good. I just think, he's someone who's taken advantage of an opportunity. I think that's important to realize. Just because that wasn't the plan on game one, look at how his play has led to where he fits in our lineup today. I think that's important to note. Same with Costin. And that's what our coaching staff tries to pride ourselves with, is providing people with opportunities and then using our eyes in terms of our evaluation.
And is it comfortable for a coach to be able to have the same line that he can just pencil in every game, as opposed to moving people around? That looks like a line that could stay together for a while, because they all seem to complement one another.
Yeah, and we've at times gone 11 forwards and 7 D-men. We do it for different reasons, but I do like continuity. I do like that. I like forwards coming to the rink and having an understanding of who they're going to play with, understanding of what their line mates' strengths are. Sometimes circumstances dictate how people get moved around the lineup, but those 3 that you're talking about, they've certainly displayed a want and willingness to play the game the right way and play on the same line with each other.
Thank you.
Jay, when Jack Campbell first arrived, it was very apparent that his new teammates loved him.
Yep.
Obviously didn't get off to the start he wanted. Now in 2023, 4 starts, 4 straight wins in those starts. Can you talk about the significance of that, not only on the ice, but also off of it, seeing a likable guy like Campbell getting right results now?
Yeah, I think, he's a popular teammate. Didn't get off to the start that he wanted to personally on the ice. Has done a lot of work and been open to subtle changes in his game. And he's getting better. So I can tell you that when a popular teammate finds a little bit of success, his teammates really cheer for him, his coaching staff cheers for him. I think what's interesting for me is that he's gone into 2 games mid-game, and in those games he performed very well, and I thought that propelled him into his next starts. He's finding his groove here, and we need him, because we've always held the thought process that we have 2 really good goalies, that we have a tandem, and both of them give us a good chance to win.
And speaking of likable personalities, a little bit of a curveball here.
Sure.
All the teammates always seemingly have a favorite Klim Kostin story so far. Do you have one as a coach?
A favorite Klim Kostin story. You know what? I don't have a specific one, but I would just like to point out that people, I think, go to the offensive part of it. How about the block shot that he had in the second period there, that I thought was real important? I see someone who stands up for his teammates. I see someone who plays physical. And it's nice that he's popular off the ice, but I can tell you most importantly is that his play on the ice reveals a level of passion that he has for his opportunity, a passion he has to play the game that he loves, and a passion that he has for those teammates. He's a great teammate, and he's a huge pickup for our team.